Hey, 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 you beautiful human beings. It is Susie Ashworth here, Mind Shift and Messaging Mentor, and it is Monday afternoon, and it's kind of grey, and it's a little bit cold, and I feel a little bit like, "Ah." But the one thing, we've got a few things going on this week which are making me excited. So Thursday I've got a screening in London, which is going to be fun. And Friday I'm going to an event called Tea Time Lab, which is going to be fun. But they're the kind of things that are, they're just keeping me going a little bit. But the big thing that I am super, super, super excited about, hey Wendy, is Vegas. I can't believe it. Next Wednesday, I am going to be at this time in the afternoon. I will be sat on a plane making my way to Vegas, baby, and that's exciting. I'm a little bit scared because it's my friend's 40th birthday, and I know that he's got loads of things planned, and it might be a little bit full on. But I am also looking forward to being out of my environment, spending some quality time with my husband away from the kiddie winks, which is a very rare feat indeed for us to both be doing that at the same time. But more excited about the inspiration and meeting different people and seeing what they're doing in their lives, in their business, and seeing how I'm going to be able to apply and then obviously implement, which is the most important thing, to my life and my business. So I feel really excited about that, and I look forward to being able to, if I'm able to hop on live from Vegas, then I am going to try to do that, to bring you ladies with me. So yes, that is what's keeping me going, because today's pretty grey, right? Today is pretty grey. Anyway, let me crack on. Today I want to speak to you about how to build your expert status and following. This comes directly from a question from one of the lovely ladies in the Baby Business School, and she was asking about it in relation to social media courses that I recommend. And the first thing I would say to her, Abigail, if you're watching this, first of all, you just need to be specific about the platform that you want to build your expert status on. Any course that kind of says that they are going to be able to teach you how to do it across all forms of social media, I do not believe. But there are amazing courses that all specialise in one different platform or another. So whether it be Pinterest or Facebook or Twitter, I mean, does anybody go on Twitter anymore? But or Snapchat, but there are loads of different courses that you can take. So I would really think about the program or the platform that aligns with you, and then once you are specific about where your audience are and where you would like to be seen, you can build, Ruth's just saying Twitter, what's Twitter? You can build your expert status on that. So I said how to do this the counterintuitive way. And the first thing is if you want to build your expert status, then you have to be comfortable with people calling you an expert. And I think that this is I do not have an issue with people calling themselves an expert or wanting to find experts. I know that when I am looking for somebody to work with, I prefer to go to somebody who I feel is a genuine expert. And maybe actually what I prefer is to go with somebody who is a specialist in what it is that they are doing. And by being a specialist, which is somebody who lives, eats and breathes what it is they say that they're able to help you with, I believe that you then get that expert status. What's interesting to me is that I have observed this conversation around people feeling that it's wrong to be known as an expert or call themselves an expert. And you have to, if you want expert status, you have to be super, super comfortable with people knowing you as that. And I think that that's the first thing. In order to allow yourself to be the expert, you've got to be confident enough to say, this is me and I know my shit. You know, this is me. I've been doing this for however long a period of time. And also, if you're just qualified, yeah, you're probably not an expert, but you can be a specialist, you know. So just work out what feels very comfortable with, you know, the truth. If you're just qualified, you're not an expert, but you can be a specialist. If you've been doing what you've been doing for a long time and you know your shit, and you can stand up against people who also know their shit, then be comfortable with owning that expert status. Ruth just says, Ruth, specialist. That feels so much more aligned, especially as everyone seems to be calling themselves an expert after 5 minutes. Yeah, exactly. So that's the first thing. Really work out what it is that you know in comparison with the rest of the field. And I think probably when it comes to expertise, there is an element for many people, for most people, of time involved to be a specialist. The second thing is that you cannot apologize for what it is you are thinking or feeling or saying, but so that means you just got to own it. And I think that often we feel uncomfortable about positioning ourselves against very black and white or staunch views or, you know, powerful positioning. And the reality is that all of the time that you are remaining in the kind of grey zone, you're sitting on the fence, kind of neither being a bit here or there, it's very difficult for people to really buy in to you knowing what it is that you're saying, you know what you know. So just take a position and really stand by it. Do not apologize for what it is that you think or feel. When it comes to writing, yes, Ruth, unapologetic. When it comes to writing, I often talk about beliefs and I often talk about opinion, but particularly when it comes to your writing, the more that you can, and you have to be careful because you state facts as facts, but the more that you can feel comfortable with stating facts as facts rather than being like, I believe or I feel, then again, you are putting your fork in the sand and saying, this is me. And actually people appreciate and feel that confidence when you're able to take those kind of softening words out. So just have an opinion and stick with it, own it. This is it. Yeah, feel confident enough to tell people why you and why you're unique and why you're different from X, Y, and Z. Most people don't. And it's really interesting. I saw this happening in my group the other day when somebody said, do you know of a doula that can help me with this interview? And an amazing doula stood up and said, do you know what? I think that you might need to own it. I'd be good for this, but you might want to speak to that person over there. And I thought, oh, if you want to be seen as the go-to person, allow yourself to be the go-to person, which means putting your hand up and saying me, and not worrying about people thinking that you're egocentric, not worrying about people thinking that you have got a big head. You just need to stand up and say, I'm here, and what I have to say is valuable and useful for your audience. The final thing, which is, I think it's often overlooked. I talk about it in my programs, but I don't think enough people are doing it. And that is to align yourself with people in complementary fields who are doing great things. And this is all about relationship building. And this isn't a quick fix. It can take time. And I talk about this in both the Limitless Life Experience and in the Baby Business School. Really, when you're looking to align yourself, see where you can add value first. So this isn't about kind of reaching out to people and saying, can I have a coffee, or da-da-da-da-da. It's like seeing whether it's looking at the work that they're doing, looking at the blog posts that they're writing, leaving comments, showing that you're interested, saying, I've seen you write this, then maybe you might be interested in that, but really looking to build those relationships. And it is amazing particularly when you are intentional about this. And I'm really, really seeing this play out in my life right now, thinking about the people that I would love to be connected with. So this is all kind of vision boardy stuff. Seeing the people that I would love to be connected with, and slowly but surely seeing myself in their presence, in their company. And this starts off by being really, really intentional about building and forming relationships and seeing where I can be of value. And so it's not about reaching out to someone and thinking, oh, in a month's time we're going to be doing this together and we're going to be new BBFs, whatever you call it, BFFs. But it's really thinking about how you can offer value and build that relationship over a period of time, so that when the right opportunities present themselves, or when you have an idea where it makes sense for you to work together, there's a synergy there, you already have the relationship. So that is a beautiful way to really build your expert status. Now, when it comes to following, this is really the counterintuitive bit. Don't give a shit about the following. And this is interesting because, you know, I said last week, I want to impact 250,000 women. And I absolutely do. And I want to do that over the next 12 months. And that means me really being strategic and really looking at how I'm showing up on a daily basis to create those opportunities to have that type of impact. What I am not going to be doing is worrying about every single person who's liked my page or every new follower I have on Instagram. It's distracting. Worry about your message and how powerfully and how impactfully you can get that across. Worry about enrolling people into your message. Do not worry about how many, but no, be very, very intentional about who is going to benefit more, and then make sure that you are speaking to that person from the soul to the soul as much as possible, every single day if possible, but really look to get your message out there. And then the following will happen. But if you worry about the following first rather than the depth of communication and relationship, one of the favourite sayings that comes out of the mouth of John Lee Dumas is that everybody is worried about going 1 mile wide. I need the followers, I need the likes, I need the hearts. No, go 1 mile deep, and then all of that stuff will happen. So the counterintuitive piece is just forget about the numbers, forget about how many people are on your page, and look for depth of message, and the followers will come. So, my beauties, that is it from me today. I hope that has been useful. Any questions, please just pop them in the question box, and I will see you tomorrow. Mwah. Love ya. Bye.